Stop. Before you open that never-ending to-do list today, I need to tell you something that might completely change how you think about productivity. 97% of people who use to-do lists actually become less productive, not more. If you constantly feel like you're spinning your wheels without making real progress, if your task list keeps growing while your completion rate keeps shrinking, then congratulations, you've fallen into the biggest productivity trap of our time. This video will completely transform how you understand task management. I'll use scientific research to show you exactly why traditional methods fail, and more importantly, share an incredibly simple, yet surprisingly effective, alternative method that could change everything. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to dive deep into several key areas. First, I'll show you through 3 real-world case studies exactly how to-do lists are quietly destroying your productivity. These might sound eerily familiar to your daily experience. Then, we'll explore the psychological and behavioral science behind this problem. You'll be amazed to discover just how deep this issue runs. Next, I'll introduce you to what I call the energy flow management system, a completely new approach that has helped my clients improve their work efficiency by an average of 85%. Finally, I'll walk you through implementing this system step by step, including the common pitfalls and how to avoid them. If you stick around until the end, I've prepared a free implementation checklist and templates that will let you start using this life-changing method immediately. Let's start by exposing the 3 deadly traps that make traditional to-do lists so destructive. The first trap is what I call dopamine dependency syndrome. Every time you check off a task, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine, the same chemical that makes gambling and social media so addictive. Here's the problem. Your brain quickly learns that completing easy, quick tasks gives you that rewarding feeling. So what do? You unconsciously start prioritizing the small, less important tasks over the challenging, high-impact work. This creates what researchers call the productivity illusion. You feel busy and accomplished, but you're actually avoiding the work that matters most. Let me tell you about Sarah, a marketing manager who came to me completely burned out. She had 150 items on her to-do list and was working 12 hours a day. She felt incredibly productive because she was checking off 15 to 20 tasks daily. But when we analyzed what she was actually completing, over 70% were low-value activities like organizing files, responding to non-urgent emails, and updating spreadsheets. Meanwhile, her 3 most important projects, the ones that could actually advance her career, hadn't been touched in weeks. The dopamine hits from completing small tasks were literally hijacking her brain's decision-making process. The second trap is cognitive overload. Your brain treats every item on your to-do list as an open mental loop. Neuroscientist Daniel Levitin's research shows that our working memory can only handle about 7 items effectively. When you have 20, 30, or 50 items on your list, your brain is constantly trying to process and prioritize all of them simultaneously. This creates what psychologists call choice paralysis. The more options you have, the less likely you are to take action at all. Your mental energy gets consumed by the decision-making process rather than the actual work. Think about this. When you look at a long to-do list, what's the first thing that happens? You spend time reading through it, reevaluating priorities, maybe rearranging items. You might even rewrite the list to feel more organized. All of this is mental energy that could have been spent on actual productive work. Studies show that people with lists longer than 10 items spend up to 25% of their time just managing the list itself. The third trap is time estimation bias, also known as the planning fallacy. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman discovered that humans consistently underestimate how long tasks will take by an average of 50%. So when you create your daily to-do list with 8 tasks, thinking each will take an hour, you're actually planning a 16-hour day without realizing it. This sets you up for failure from the start. By mid-afternoon, when you've only completed 3 items, you feel behind and stressed. This stress triggers your brain's fight-or-flight response, which actually makes you less efficient at completing the remaining tasks. I want you to imagine a typical day. You start with 10 tasks planned. By noon, you've completed 4, but 3 new urgent items have appeared. Your brain is now juggling 13 open loops. You skip lunch to catch up, but your energy crashes in the afternoon. You complete 2 more tasks, but do them poorly because you're tired. You end the day with 11 items still pending, feeling like a failure, despite working 10 hours. Sound familiar? Now let's dive into the science of how your brain actually works, because understanding this will revolutionize your approach to productivity. Your brain has a limited capacity for attention, much like a smartphone battery. Every decision you make, every task you switch between, every interruption you handle, drains this mental battery. Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman's research shows that task switching depletes glucose in your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus and decision-making. Here's what's fascinating. Switching between tasks isn't just about the time it takes to refocus. There's something called switching cost, a measurable decrease in performance that occurs every time you change activities. On average, it takes your brain 23 minutes to fully refocus after an interruption. If you're checking your to-do list every hour and switching between different types of tasks, you're never actually reaching peak mental performance. The traditional productivity advice tells you to manage your time better, but time management is actually an outdated concept. You can't create more time, but you can dramatically improve how you use your mental energy. Research in chronobiology shows that your cognitive abilities fluctuate predictably throughout the day. Most people have peak mental performance in the mid-morning, a significant dip after lunch, and a smaller secondary peak in early evening. Yet traditional to-do lists completely ignore these natural rhythms. Dr. Ultradian Rhythms research reveals that your brain operates in 90 to 120-minute cycles throughout the day. For the first part of each cycle, your focus and energy are high. Then, there's a natural decline where your brain needs rest and restoration. Fighting against these cycles by trying to maintain constant productivity is like trying to sprint a marathon. It's not sustainable and leads to burnout. This brings us to the revolutionary approach I call energy flow management. Instead of fighting against your brain's natural patterns, this system works with them. The core principle is simple. Match your tasks to your energy levels, not the other way around. High energy periods are reserved for your most important, challenging work. Medium energy times are perfect for routine tasks that require moderate focus. Low energy periods become opportunities for rest, planning, or mindless administrative work. Think of your energy like water flowing down a river. Traditional productivity methods try to dam the river and control exactly where the water goes. Energy flow management removes the obstacles and guides the natural flow toward your most important goals. It's about working with your biology, not against it. The system has 3 fundamental components. First is energy-based task categorization. Instead of organizing tasks by deadline or project, you categorize them by the type and amount of mental energy they require. Deep work projects that need creativity and complex thinking are high-energy tasks. Routine activities like email, data entry, or scheduling are low-energy tasks. Everything else falls into the medium energy category. Second is strategic time blocking, based on your personal energy patterns. Most people have never actually tracked their energy levels throughout the day. Once you do, you'll discover predictable patterns that you can leverage for maximum productivity. You'll schedule your most important work during natural energy peaks and use the valleys for recovery or low-stakes activities. Third, is the implementation of natural buffers and flexibility. Unlike rigid to-do lists, energy flow management builds in space for the unexpected. You expect that tasks will take longer than planned, that interruptions will happen, that some days your energy will be lower than others. The system adapts to reality instead of demanding perfection. Let me show you how this transformed 3 different people's lives. James was a startup founder, working 16-hour days, but feeling like he was always behind. His to-do list had over 60 items, and he was constantly switching between marketing tasks, product development, investor communications, and team management. He was exhausted, his startup was stagnating, and his relationship was suffering. We implemented energy flow management by first tracking his energy patterns for 1 week. We discovered that James had peak mental clarity from 9 to 11 a.m. and again from 2 to 4 p.m. His energy crashed after lunch and never fully recovered if he worked past 7 p.m. We restructured his schedule to tackle the most critical strategic work during his peak hours. Product development and investor pitch writing happened during his morning peak. Team meetings and administrative tasks were scheduled during medium energy periods. Email and routine tasks were relegated to his natural low energy times. Within 6 weeks, James was working only 8 hours a day, but producing better results than ever before. His startup secured Series A funding, and he reported feeling more energized and present in his personal relationships. The key wasn't working more efficiently in the traditional sense, it was working in harmony with his natural rhythms. Maria was a graduate student struggling with her thesis while taking a full course load. She had color-coded to-do lists, multiple productivity apps, and a complex scheduling system, but she was still falling behind and pulling all-nighters regularly. Her stress levels were through the roof, and her grades were suffering despite working constantly. Maria's energy audit revealed something crucial. Her peak cognitive performance was actually in the evening from 7 to 10 p.m. Most productivity advice tells you to wake up early and do your hardest work first thing in the morning, but Maria was naturally a night owl. We restructured her entire approach. Thesis writing and complex problem-solving happened during her evening peak. Morning classes were scheduled when possible, but she used those lower energy morning hours for reading, and note-taking afternoons became time for group projects and routine tasks. The transformation was remarkable. Maria's thesis progress accelerated dramatically, her grades improved, and she eliminated all-nighters completely. She was working fewer total hours, but accomplishing significantly more. Most importantly, her stress levels dropped, and she rediscovered her love for learning. Lisa was a single mother, working full-time, while raising 2 young children. She felt like she was failing at everything. Work projects were always rushed, she never had time for herself, and she felt guilty about not being more present with her kids. Her to-do list was a mix of work tasks, household chores, school activities, and personal goals that never seemed to get done. Energy flow management helped Lisa realize that her situation required a completely different approach. Instead of trying to be maximally productive during traditional work hours, we designed a system that flowed with the rhythms of family life. Her high-energy morning hour, while kids ate breakfast, became focused work, time on her most challenging projects. Lunch breaks were protected for personal tasks or rest. Evenings after bedtime became time for either work, catch-up, or personal restoration, depending on what she needed most. The system also helped Lisa let go of perfectionism. Instead of feeling guilty about incomplete to-do lists, she learned to recognize that some days would be primarily about work, others about family, and the most important thing was being fully present for whichever role she was in. 6 months later, Lisa received a promotion at work, reported feeling more connected to her children, and had established regular self-care routines. The magic wasn't doing more, It was doing the right things at the right times. Now, let's talk about how you can implement this system successfully. The biggest mistake people make is trying to create the perfect system immediately. Energy flow management is about gradual optimization, not overnight transformation. Start with one simple change. Track your energy levels for 1 week, every 2 hours. Rate your mental energy on a scale of 1 to 10 and note what you're doing. Don't try to change anything yet, just observe. After 1 week, you'll start to see patterns. Maybe you're most alert right after morning coffee. Perhaps you experience a surge of creativity in late afternoon. You might discover that certain activities energize you, while others drain you more than expected. This data becomes the foundation for everything else. Week 2 is about experimentation. Choose one high-importance task that you typically struggle with. Schedule it during what appears to be your highest energy period based on your tracking. Notice how it feels different when you're working with your natural energy instead of against it. This single change often creates enough positive momentum to motivate further optimization. The most common trap people fall into is overcomplicating the system. Energy flow management works because it's simple and flexible, not because it's sophisticated. You don't need special apps, complex tracking systems, or perfect adherence. A basic calendar and a simple energy rating system is all you need to get started. Another pitfall is perfectionist thinking. Some days, you'll have to schedule important work during low energy periods because of external demands. Some days, unexpected events will disrupt your entire plan. This is normal and expected. The goal isn't to create a perfect schedule, it's to align with your natural patterns as much as possible, while remaining adaptable to life's unpredictability. Social pressure is another significant challenge. When colleagues see you taking breaks during traditional work hours or doing email at unconventional times, they might question your commitment. Remember that your results will speak for themselves. As your productivity and work quality improve, people will become curious about your methods rather than critical. Many people also make the mistake of trying to optimize their energy patterns instead of accepting them. If you're naturally more productive in the evening, don't try to force yourself to become a morning person. Work with your biology, not against it. The most sustainable productivity system is one that feels natural and effortless most of the time. Let's talk about measuring success with this new approach. Traditional productivity metrics focus on task, completion rates, and time spent. Working energy flow management requires different indicators. Track your energy levels over time. Are you feeling less drained at the end of the day? Monitor the quality of your work during peak energy periods compared to off-peak times. Notice changes in your stress levels, sleep, quality, and overall life satisfaction. The most important metric is sustainability. Can you maintain this approach for weeks and months without burning out? Are you looking forward to work instead of dreading it? Do you have energy left for personal relationships and activities you enjoy? These qualitative measures often matter more than quantitative productivity gains. Let's quickly recap the key insights from today. Traditional to-do lists fail because they trigger dopamine dependency, create cognitive overload, and ignore time estimation bias. Real productivity comes from energy management, not time management. The energy flow management system works by aligning your tasks with your natural energy rhythms instead of forcing yourself to adapt to rigid lists. Remember, this isn't another system that demands perfect execution. It's a flexible framework that adapts to your life. Most importantly, starting is more important than waiting for the perfect moment. You don't need to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Begin with simple energy tracking and make one small adjustment. Progress compounds over time. Now I want to hear from you. Are you ready to abandon traditional to-do lists? Or have you already tried similar approaches? Share your biggest productivity challenge in the comments below. I personally reply to every comment and will give you specific advice tailored to your situation. Also, if you implement today's method, please come back and tell me how it worked. I'm particularly interested in knowing how you feel after 1 month of using this approach. If this video helped you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This helps more people who are struggling with traditional productivity methods discover this content. Click the link below to download the complete implementation guide and templates I've prepared for you. Next week, I'm releasing a video about deep work techniques that will teach you how to maintain focus in our distracted world. Make sure to ring the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thank you for spending 30 minutes with me exploring real productivity. I'll see you in the next video.